Hello everyone, I'm Saurav. I welcome you all to Fireside Chat by BlazeMaster, world's most innovative and most specified non-metallic fire protection system. Today we'll be talking on role of innovation in fire safety. Our guest today is none other than one of the stalwarts of the industry, a down-to-earth person, an industry leader, and a middle class to riches story. He is the founder and managing director of Maple Design Engineering Consultants. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce you to you all, Mr. B.S.A. Narayan. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Saurav.
Welcome to the Fireside Chat, Mr. Narayan. You are a veteran in the industry and we all know so much about you. Now, can you tell us something that no one knows about you, sir?
Thank you, Saurav. Thank you very much for inviting me to Fireside Chat. I want to say something about myself. I'm from a very small family out of a small village called Bargur, very close to Bangalore. And during my childhood, I was a lot of aspirations to become a very good engineer. The aspiration comes from my paternal uncle, and who was a very eminent engineer, and he has also was in a team of Sir M. Vishweshwaraya. And when I completed my engineering studies, I joined a private limited company where they were eminent in designing structures. Subsequently, after 6 months, I moved to Delhi, where I was able to get a chance to work with the eminent plumbing engineer in those days, Mr. Devlalikar. So I worked with Mr. Devlalikar and I got very good experience working with him. And we worked on several different subjects like university campus, multi-storied buildings, commercial buildings, residential enclaves, hotels, hospitals. I mean, there was no dearth for the subject to learn there. So I learned a lot from him. And then after working, I went abroad for 6 years and I worked in abroad on the same subject. And then I was able to involve myself with all multinational groups from Germany and American clients, Italian clients and all. I got very good experience in international standards also. And back home, coming back after my international stint, I was able to meet two of my close friends whom, one is an electrical engineer and one is a structural engineer. And then we formed a company called Potential. So that was my introduction.
We want to know more about Potential. Can you tell us what actually worked for Potential? Was it only luck by chance or was it something else?
Saurav, I don't call it as a luck by chance. Potential, the idea of forming a potential service consultant. When we were working in abroad and when I saw the companies which were giving a complete package solution to the problems, like be it an architecture or be it a structure and be it MEP services. So that was in my mind once when I go back to India, why don't we do something like this? So I met two of my friends who one is an electrical engineer and one is a structural engineer. We met each other and then we started working on this subject, and then we said, why don't we start something like this? So that was an idea where we have started Potential Service Consultants as an SMEP consultants. SMEP means structure, mechanical, electrical and plumbing. So under, all the services under one roof. So that was the concept we started, and those days it was not there in India. Ours was, I can say that without any hesitation, ours was one of the first private limited company which has started SMEP services. So slowly from 3 people, we have grown up to 500 plus engineers in our company.
Now, if I may add, you actually started a startup in the days when startup was not even a part of the Urban Dictionary, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
So, very happy to hear this, sir. And in fact, if I may add further, BlazeMaster is very similar to Potential. Why? Because in the good old days when you started Potential, those were the days where the concept of SMEP was something, I'll not even use the word new, it was unheard of that time. Similarly, when BlazeMaster actually was introduced in India, the concept of non-metallic fire protection system was absolutely new. But what actually, kept us going was the passion and the belief that this is actually a very wonderful product. Now, there are very good features of BlazeMasters, like it is lightweight, it has got excellent hydraulics, it does not corrode, and the best of all, it can be installed very quickly. Now, if I may ask you, sir, choose one of these 4 or 5 good traits of BlazeMaster. What will be your choice, sir?
Saurav, that's a good question. Actually, when we started designing the fire protection systems, I remember very well that I started my first project, a very huge big project for a multinational group. We started with the cast iron pipes. Cast iron pipes we were using for fire protection system. But we know the problems, we know the hydraulics, how it happens in the cast iron pipe. So slowly we graduated from cast iron to MS pipes and GI pipes. Some of the state authorities, they always specify MS pipes, and some of the state authorities, they specify GI pipes, where we have a lot of problems. MS pipe welding is much easier, and jointing of the pipes and then the fittings will be much easier. But in GI pipes, we cannot weld, and then after certain diameters we have to force to weld, and then the galvanizing will go away inside the pipes. So all these problems, we started getting into that. If I see all these problems, and if I say that if I can get a solution to all these problems by introducing a new pipes, or by bringing in the new system or the new technology in the materials, I very well welcome that, I very well welcome. And then I can say that the CPVC pipes in fire protection system is gaining its place. It has just started now, and then I'm sure we will have a very good hold during the coming years.
In fact, this reminds me of innovation, because we talked about cast iron, then from cast iron we graduated to MS, MS to GI, and GI to something new. So, but then do you think innovation is really very important for fire industry? Do we need to innovate, or can we just be happy with what we are having in the past? For example, what would have happened had we continued with the cast iron pipes only and not come up with something as amazing as BlazeMaster?
Saurav, innovation is very important in any field of engineering. We cannot do anything without any good innovation. Innovation is part of our life, and innovation has to happen, whether it is a material or a system design or the products or the way we do the construction. Even in the construction industry, a lot of innovation is going on. So likewise in piping also, innovation has happened, because the innovation is happening because of the very good codes and standards which is coming to the Indian market. Codes and standards was not there earlier. I mean, it was there, but not very elaborate codes and standards were available. And now the government of India is also giving a lot of support for codes and standards. So now if I want to say, the new National Building Code 2016 is a very big innovation, and a lot of important things is getting into that 2016 volume. And I can say that it is not very equivalent to any other international standards, but it is definitely in par with any international standards. So that is where the innovation counts a lot.
Sometimes when we go out and talk in the market, I hear a lot of people tell that NBC says you can use only GI, or for that matter certain kind of material of construction for pipes. Is it true, and what is your take on this? Does NBC really do that?
No, NBC doesn't say that. NBC says that the following materials are available, and then always there will be a clause in any codes and standards. If any superior products is available in this category, definitely you can use the superior category. Depends on the approvals and all those things.
Thank you, sir. In fact, that actually validates what I have been talking for quite some time to all these people who say that you use certain kind of material as per NBC. NBC basically talks about the pump size and the types of protection actually you need to give to certain kind of building based on their configuration, height, type and hazard classification. In our history books, we read that classic story in 64 AD. When Rome was burning, Nero was actually playing a fiddle. Back home in India, if you remember the good old mythology of Ramayana, Hanumanji set the entire palace of Ravan to fire. I have got a very interesting question for you. Had you been Ravan's chief engineer as a MD and founder of Maple, what advice would you have given?
Yeah, this is a fantastic question. I really don't have any answer for that, but definitely I can tell you something about this. See, in olden days also there was systems how to protect from the fire, the materials, how the construction materials, and then the type of construction where you can protect the the particular type of materials. See, I can tell you a very small story. My grandfather and grandmother, they have built a house in my village. They used all the wooden rafters and wooden beams and the wooden columns and all. I was a very small kid, and then later on I realized that every 2 years my grandfather and grandmother, they used to apply some sort of a paste made out of oil and some herbal essences to put into that. So they used to make that paste, and then they used to apply the paste into all wooden particle or wooden beams, columns and all those things. And then I asked the question to my grandmother those days, why are you doing this? She said that one is it can protect the termite. Second major quality in this is it will protect from the fire. You hold a stick of fire and then keep it for 1 hour, it will not burn. It will only char, and then maybe small black particles will be there. So I was wondering, now I can come back to your question. See, the fire protection systems were there, the methods were there, but Mr. Ravana didn't think about all these things. If I would have been there, probably I could have told him the same story, what my grandmother and grandfather used to do that.
Do you think material like say CPVC, BlazeMaster can address this challenge of maintenance and being a better product for tomorrow?
Yeah, I fully agree. If I, during my stay in abroad, I have seen a lot of buildings those days. I'm talking about almost like 25, 30 years old. During those days, I have seen a lot of buildings was, having fire protection system using the CPVC pipes. So I was wondering why we don't get this kind of products into India. One is, of course, the installation is very easy, and then maintenance is definitely very easy. More than that, when I go as a designer, the hydraulic qualities of CPVC pipes is much, much better than any other metal pipes. So when we do the design, we don't go with only the pipe, pipe selection table and all those things. We do hydraulic design of the entire system. That's where we can definitely bring in some sort of a advantage to the clients or advantage to the system, value addition to the system. So we can reduce sometimes because of the hydraulic design, we can reduce some places even the sizes of the pipe.
Absolutely. So you're talking about hydraulic design, reduction in size, and reduction in size always means reduction in space and reduction in cost also.
Exactly.
All right, Mr. Narayan, too many serious questions now. Time for Blaze Chat. I'll be asking you questions very rapidly. Please answer very rapidly, don't think. Give me top of the mind answer. The first question is here. MS or GI?
As far as hydraulics is concerned, none.
Great. CPVC or GI?
Yeah, as the same answer, as far as hydraulics concerned, CPV is preferable.
Curd rice or biryani?
Yeah, Okay, this is a very good question. I'm being a South Indian. I'm living in Bangalore. We don't end our meals without curd rice. So I prefer curd rice.
My next question is a bit cryptic, 150 or 120?
Yeah, tell me, Saurav, what is this 150 and 120?
I'll not tell you that, sir. It is your show, not mine. But then, since you have asked, 150 is the Hazen-Williams C factor for CPVC and 120 is Hazen-Williams C factor for steel.
I mean, the best is 150. I mean, the factor is good.
A pipe scheduling or a hydraulic design?
I always prefer hydraulic design because I'm a design engineer. I lived for 47 years in this profession, so I always prefer hydraulic calculations.
Okay. So innovation is here to stay. Just like BlazeMaster, a very innovative product, lighter than steel, lighter than other material, great hydraulics, and it is a product for today and tomorrow, right here, right now. And as I draw curtains to this for the first episode of BlazeMaster Fireside Chat, we get with a very big thank you to you, sir. Not only from me, but from the entire team of BlazeMaster. I am sure you will be looking forward to the next round. You would be curious to know who the next guest is and what do we talk in the next episode of Fireside Chat. Thank you very much, sir, once again. You have been a wonderful guest.
Thank you, Saurav. Thank you, Saurav, for inviting me to Fireside Chat. Thank you so much.